Hello everybody and welcome back to Deadly Spacerock. This is Michael, and you probably know that.
And Amanda.
Together we are going to try to keep 8 duplicants alive in a hostile environment that has at least been prettied up with some masterpiece paintings.
Right. We lost a recording between the last time that we put one up and now. And in that time, they've discovered culture. So
that's exciting. Now these little duplicants, in between scrambling to keep themselves alive and keep terrible foods in their mouth, they can now make paintings. At least a couple of them. So this is a bird's eye view, as it were, of the current state of the Deadly Spacerock. What's changed? Let's see. In the recording that we lost, we added the ability to refine coal and get power from that. So you can see that there's an accordion-shaped machine just in the upper right that is being filled with coal and is then cranking out a ton of electricity.
battery sufficiently full.
600 watts!
Yep.
And all the carbon dioxide we could possibly need.
So we are planning to build a carbon dioxide sink here. So we can start that again.
So we're putting this ladder in so that there's a place for the carbon dioxide that the coal plant is kicking out to sink down and reach these plants, which might be able to, I don't know, do something about it. That's how science works.
Does it?
I took some science classes back in high school.
We took some in college because we took one together. We took astronomy together.
That's true. Amanda and I back in college took astronomy, and because of that, we can pick out Orion 9 times out of 10.
And nothing else.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
I remember
in the sky.
there was a constellation called Cassiopeia.
Shaped like a W.
Shaped like a W. Don't know where it is. Maybe that's where Deadly Spacerock is. Cassiopeia.
Could be. Could be. So I'm trying to get footage that we lost of the little guy's painting one of these paintings because it's a super cute animation. So I think what I'll do is prioritize one of these.
Right. Let's tell these little ding-dongs that getting a painting and improving the classiness of this place is a priority.
Yes. Come on and figure that out.
Hey, someone's delivering sandstone over on the left by those storage containers. I don't know if they're working on a canvas or a sculpture.
Sculpture.
Oh,
Yeah.
now they're working over by the research lab.
Right, so they're just making the canvas for now. Anybody can make the canvas, but we have set it up so that only the people with artistic skills are able to do the art.
So who's artistic? The amazing Amazo.
Yeah, he's level 6. That's pretty great. Not the Grim Reaper is 7. So,
So now we know what he is. He's not the Grim Reaper. He's an artist.
It's true. It's a good thing that we checked because we did bring Devin in last time in the footage we lost. And he was checked as being capable of art, but his creativity is 0. We don't want any 0 level art in our Deadly Spacerock. That would declass the joint up, and that's the opposite of what we want.
We are running nothing if not a classy Deadly Spacerock with not enough oxygen or food.
Right. Insufficient oxygen generation. Okay, fine.
So there's Devin, the new person working at the research station there. You can see he's got the Bunsen burner going, the little chemistry set.
That's right. Devin is non-binary.
We've got the painting started for half a second, and then the need to visit the bathroom hit the amazing Amazo. Here comes not the Grim Reaper. Is he gonna take a shot at finishing up this painting?
He is!
Look at him shoot that paint. That's amazing. The gun that we have previously seen shoot lasers and suck up food and destroy dirt can be set to be a paint gun. He's, you can see from those black, soulless eyes that he is plumbing the very depths of the human condition. What do we think this painting is going to look like when he's done? Are we going to see some dogs playing poker?
Well, because of his art skill, he will paint a masterpiece, and there are 3.
3 possible masterpieces. We're going to see one of them coming up soon. Maybe it's going to be flowers in a field. Maybe it's going to be a ship at sea.
No.
Maybe it's going to be the amazing Amazo screaming in terror. I think it's a pretty good likeness.
You gotta wonder what Amazo thinks about being the subject of this painting.
Honestly, I think Amazo brought it on himself by not finishing the painting. He's the one that ran off to go use the restroom, leaving not the Grim Reaper to pick up the slack. So of course, he's going to do a parodic portrait.
Satirical. Let's see.
Satire, one of the lowest forms of humor. And you can't get much lower than living on a deadly space rock. So what are these ghost patterns that we have down here in this lower room that haven't been built yet?
This is our future lavatory. So the
lavatory of the future.
Yes. These are going to be toilets, and I think we discussed last time that we've got a liquid pump here and letters and pipes set up for them to build. And once this is going, the lavatory will actually become water neutral. Now the outhouses use up resources. They use water and they use dirt and such. But the lavatories, we can recapture the dirty water that they put out, and eventually we can use our water sieve, which we don't have researched yet, unfortunately.
Yep, they don't know a thing about water sieving.
But once they do, we can put in a water sieve and reclaim all the water from the lavatories. You can't do that with outhouses. So if you are on a map that is short on water, you want to get them onto lavatories as soon as possible.
Right.
We were lucky in this world seed that we have quite a bit of water, actually, because we have some we haven't even tapped into yet. They have not really used up that much of their primary reservoir. And we have this extra little sewage area that we designated long ago as planning to be our source for the lavatories.
Yeah, I don't think we meant for that to be a sewer. It's just we can see there's some polluted yellow water in there because some fertilizer fell in.
Yes.
And there wasn't much we could do about it, so now we're going to get some use out of that water.
It's complaining that this is an unreachable build, but that's only because they have not built the ladder yet that is going to make it reachable.
They also haven't dug out enough headroom to even get in there.
Right. There's a lot to do over here.
Plenty of work.
Yeah, there's lots of work to do. There's
a sculpture coming in by the energy wheel.
2?
I guess that's going to take a while before Dream Date Turner has enough stone set up there for someone to start carving and get us, I think, the colony's first sculpture.
I believe so. I don't think we have any of those yet. Yeah, we don't have any sculptures yet, just paintings so far. So here you see we started out on them, but like the 3 masterpieces are Amazo's Scream and a Mona Lisa and a Frida Kahlo. So that's a nice little range of styles.
Yep. One of the first things we did was we tried to give everyone an even more pleasant sleeping area. So no matter how horrific their day-to-day existence is, they at least have a little area where they can get some peace and culture. And as we can see, yep, from the room overlay, they're getting some stamina recovery bonuses. And it's probably good for their soul as well. Oh, they are zipping along.
Yeah, I fast-forwarded them because we wanted to get through the night fast, but also I think I'm going to keep them in like medium fast-forward for a while because we've got a lot of work for them to do.
Yeah, we've lined up so much work that we don't need to be micromanaging them for a while. They're going to stay busy.
So this is complaining about the atmosphere. It says, it's because we've got some natural gas leaking in from this natural gas geyser.
Uh-huh.
So the natural gas is sort of drifting around over here, and
retarding the growth of the plants.
Yeah, and also there's a little bit too much pressure, I think, because we are in this like small space that we've dug out, and we are constantly pumping oxygen into it so that our little guys can breathe.
Yeah.
But that means that we are increasing the air pressure in here constantly. So either we have to be digging out more space,
Which is not a bad idea.
Which is not a bad idea, but we have...
We have a lot queued up already.
Yeah, we have a lot of work for them to do already. So even if we tell them to do this, they're not going to get to it for a while. And the other thing we can do...
to try and reduce the air pressure?
Yes, is research and get to a carbon skimmer.
Carbon skimmer.
Right here.
Requires air systems research.
Right. We are not there yet, but once we are, we could get carbon dioxide out of the air.
Not the Grim Reaper just finished up a sculpture at about the same time Amazo finished yet another. They were neck and neck in competition, both creating exact duplicates of the same thinker pose.
Mediocre sculpture. Even though they are good artists, their
Yeah,
sculptures
they're
are
great
only...
at painting, but you know, sculpture is an entirely different realm, and it was their first time out. I don't think we can blame them.
I think they did a nice job. I think this clone thinker...
Amazo's gonna finish another one just up there. Just right up above.
Yeah.
He looks happy with himself, but it is the third one of those that we've seen.
Yeah, they're a little derivative, and I think that's what makes them mediocre.
Yeah, they're a bit in a rut.
All right, we need to get our next research track going.
Yep.
Now, we have the natural gas generator now, so that's nice. We can start building that soon.
Long-time viewers may remember that we found a natural gas geyser that's just going to spew natural gas, and if we get the research tree done up, we'll be able to turn that into another enormous source of power, and that'll be 3 sources of power, from hamster wheel to coal to natural gas.
Right. Now, we are good for coal for a while. We had several tons of it before we even got the coal generator going.
So no rush there.
So no rush to build the natural gas generator. We will work on this carbon skimmer, I think, now. And the electrolyzer, which is a way of creating oxygen and hydrogen from water. We have enough water, I think, that this is a pretty decent idea.
Okay. I will defer to your 100 plus hours in the game.
Oh my goodness, yes. When we were starting up, we saw that we have 135 hours logged in this game, and the vast majority of that is me.
Let's note, that's the royal we. I have nowhere near that much time in this game.
Okay, so we've got them started on some of the oxygen management
stuff. Whoa, the water table just dropped quite a bit.
Wow, it did.
What are they using these days that's using up all that water? We were just bragging. Well, let's follow Bonnie. Just dumped some into the research.
Right, the computers use water, the outhouses use water, all our farming is using water.
So it might be the farming.
Yeah, it's probably that we have much more farming going now that is responsible.
It's working though. There's 28,000 kcals of edible stuff on this map.
Yeah, we should probably think about getting a fridge after we do the air stuff. Because we are going to start having some loss to rot if we...
Does that mean we can stop them from producing the terrible food that they're currently working on?
Yeah, well, actually, this is pretty good for them to be doing. Not this. This. They've got lots of meal lice, and on its own, meal lice is -3 quality, but if we have them make it into lice loaf, it's -2 quality. So that's not awesome, but it's less bad.
Plus, meal lice on its own only is worth 500 calories, and I think if you put it into a loaf, it's worth 1,000. So that's doubling the caloric output just by running it through that gross little extruder machine that is currently being doused with germ-killing gas.
I think actually that it uses 3,000 calories.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, you're right. It uses 500 calories to make 1,000 calories. That's nice. I don't know how that's happening. Maybe it's more dirt. Oh, off to bed. The snore chorus. They do a good job of making these little guys something that you want to protect. I always feel bad when I kill one, so they make such cute little noises. Come on, guys, you've got so much stuff set up to do. What are you doing? You know, we could probably
dismantle that wheel.
I was gonna just.
They are kind of wasting time on it, considering how much power you're getting from the coal.
That's true. Let's disable. I don't necessarily want to deconstruct it in case we should happen to need it. I mean, we might find ourselves running out of coal.
It could happen.
So we'll keep it, but we'll disable it so they don't use it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Building disabled. Perfect. Now, does that free them up to take care of some of this other stuff for us?
Yes. They have started getting wet feet by diving in and working on the pump. I'm not actually sure how they got in there, since they didn't remove the headroom, but I just saw some of them in there.
Actually, let me cancel that. Let's turn those into farm tiles. Oh, look, we have a fridge.
So we could build a refrigerator whenever we want. Is it time to replace the box that's down in the gas sink?
It's not a bad idea, I think. I think that a fridge is probably a little bit more reliable. As a way
You might want to slow them down for a little bit because you also can assign research now.
Okay. What are we gonna do next? Filtration. Liquid filter. We don't really need a liquid filter yet. We do need a gas filter before we can do the gas generator. So let's look at that and make sure we have that going. No. Where is the gas filter? It's not going to be under temperature modulation. Is it going to be... I mean, it would be under ventilation, right?
I have no idea.
I would think so. Sometimes they rearrange these things, the pathing. So I'm not totally sure, even though I've put in absurd amounts of time into the game. Thermoregulator.
That's for heat.
Wait, no. Here it is. No, that's a gas bridge. That's not a filter. Well, I'm just going to go to the next level of pressure management and trust that it shows up.
Okay.
Oh, no, here it is. It's filtration. It is filtration. I just rolled over the liquid filter and assumed that this was all liquid stuff.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and go to distillation, and that way we get the water sieve as well.
Which is a way of cleaning up the dirty water.
Yeah, we're going to want to reclaim that water.
Okay.
Even if you have a map with a lot of water...
it's still worth holding on to what you got.
Yeah, because until you find a water geyser, like a steam geyser, your water is still finite, and you still have to worry about it.
Precious commodity.
Yes. And sometimes even when you do have a water geyser, it's still a pain in the ass to get it set up so that you can tap into it for their needs. So, yeah, conserve the water you have. It's important. This is kind of irritating me, even though there's no...
There is no reason to run down there and get that.
I know. It's not hurting anything. What are y'all doing? Okay, they're making the farm tiles. But, like, still don't have the laboratory, guys. I guess I can have them put some tiles in down there. Slowly.
We're definitely seeing an improvement in the decor of this place. We've now got paintings on most floors and sculptures showing up. It's a much more pleasant place for these guys to live and work.
That's true.
Except for all the areas where we make them walk through water, or how they frequently get food poisoning, or sometimes have to hold their breath to work on things.
Okay, so one of the things, like, as a long-term plan that I was considering was our lavatory is not giving them a nice bathroom bonus because they have storage compartments in with the bathroom, and to have a nice bathroom you need no industrial shit in with it.
Right.
Just regular shit. So I think I'm gonna deconstruct this one.
Yep. So you can put a door up?
So I can put a door here and make this a nice bathroom that they will get a stress relief bonus from.
Now, stress is only at 2% for the entire colony.
Yeah, but it was up to 26 just a few days ago, and I want to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
So let's look at our storage situation. We still have 2 over here that are in pretty good shape. So, wow, they got on top of those sculptures down here, didn't they? Let's just roll with this and keep putting them here. Because we can keep putting paintings there to liven it back up. And I think we're also going to want paintings over in the bathroom area. Lost it. Oh, no. And let's have a nice flower pot here. You always like to see a little flower in the bathroom, right? Reminds you of growing things. Probably fertilize it with local resources, so to speak.
I think we also need to maybe put out-of-date fashion magazines and some sort of knit cozy to go over the toilet paper. Also, decorative soaps, I think, are really important. Is that in the technology tree anywhere?
So, your idea of a nice bathroom is like a grandma bathroom?
Yes, the nicest bathrooms in the world are grandma's bathroom.
Don't know that I necessarily agree. Alright, we've got one lavatory going here. Now we're planting a briar seed down here because they love the look of these cactuses. No practical value to it whatsoever. Don't waste a farm tile on it, but it will improve decor.
Fantastic. So I think that is still waiting for them to finish the water pump.
Yeah. Still waiting for the water pump, still waiting for the sink is important for that. And for the outlet.
Right. So folks may remember that there's a tiny little pea lake there over on the right-hand side from one of the very early days when one of the duplicants lost control of their bladder and somehow managed to lose enough urine to drown a duplicant in. So that all got mopped up with sponges, disgustingly enough, stuck into some bottles, and then emptied out down here because we had nowhere better to put it. So the plan is that's eventually going to get joined with even more filthy water, hopefully to form a bigger, grosser pool, which is why there's all that digging stuff marked over there to sort of make a deeper, horrifying pool of filthy water.
Yeah. But that's fine because once we get the water sieve, we'll be able to reclaim it.
Yep. Be able to filter out the impurities and put it right back into the clean water. It looks like we could add another duplicant out of the printer if we're interested in adding somebody else to this crew.
Well, we certainly have enough calories to support them right now.
Yep, they'll have something to eat. They just won't have anything to sleep until we hustle on that.
Where should we put our fridge, by the way?
A fridge?
Yeah. We can think about making sort of a mess hall area pretty soon, actually.
Oh my God, I don't think anyone's gonna want... Sorry, I just got distracted by that thick black fog down by the coal dispenser. We have single-handedly created Victorian London in a small square. Just high-pressure, unbreathable filth.
Okay, well this is the kind of thing that the carbon skimmer is for.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, the problem with the carbon skimmer is that it needs a water source as well as
Power.
electricity, right? So I'm going to have to set up piping to get it going. But once I do, it'll take that carbon dioxide right out of the air. It'll lower our air pressure, and it'll make this London area more tolerable. So let's look at our plumbing overlay.
Uh-huh.
We're going to need to get somebody down in there again. Sorry guys, you're going to have to get wet again. We do have amphibious people though.
Yeah.
So this is their strength.
Alright, so that's the water that goes in.
This is a problem though, I'm realizing, because this is a mesh tile. And once we have them drill this out, there's a bunch of water going to come over this way.
Oh, right.
So I think I need to... Wait, no, not disinfect it, deconstruct it. Alright, so I'm going to replace that with a block for now. We are going to want that to be mesh eventually, but for now we'll make it a block. We'll make it a priority to make it. There. That one will hopefully make sure that water kind of stays in a contained for as long as it takes for them to do these pipes.
So I just hit pause real quick because I noticed that they're done with their research.
Again, gosh, you guys are ripping through it. That's right, we have Dream Date Turner, who's a super fast researcher.
Yeah, honestly, you could probably line up 2 or 3 of these things all in a row and just let them go.
Okay. We don't really need automation yet, so maybe we'll do this power path here.
Okay.
Or what else is there? Oh no, there's healthcare. Let's do healthcare.
Sounds good.
All right. Now, how are we for coal? We are at 8 tons, so we're fine. And I will line up some power for this. Ooh. Our power grid is under some strain.
Well, you still have everything hooked up to one grid.
That's actually how you want it, though. I mean...
You don't want competing power grids?
No.
Because that's how you get a monopoly. Then
Well,
pretty soon your bills go through the roof.
I mean, I've done builds before where I thought, yeah, I know, I'll cleverly make 2 power grids so that neither of them gets too taxed. But actually what you want to do is just improve your one power grid.
Uh-huh.
Because if you have 2 separate ones, inevitably one of them starts running low on resources and everything on it dies.
Yeah.
And you're suddenly like, oh crap, why isn't that one
Oh,
water
half
pump
of my
working?
infrastructure just went down.
Yeah, that's no good. So, oh, the water pump also does take power, so let's get that set up. Somebody's gonna have to get wet again, sorry. Alright. This also needs
A liquid output. It's going to need a pipe that runs all the way over to Lake P.
That's a problem.
Is it? You can just go through the upper tile, can't you?
I guess I can.
Like underneath the farm? Just head straight up.
Just kind of drop it here.
I don't know that they can reach that.
Well, they will have to dig it out.
I see. One way or another, they'll make it happen.
Right, I'll just have them dig all this stuff out. We'll figure out what we want to do with this later. As far as like, do we want to try to put another floor between the lavatory and the farm?
Uh-huh.
Or do we want to... We could just make this a little sort of storage area and put a bunch of storage compactors in it. We can think about that later.
There's
Alright,
time to figure it out.
lavatories are go.
Well,
great.
lavatories are existing.
That's
We're
right.
just past the 50% mark of the water pump that's going to be required to actually get them functional.
That's true. Get this going. Improve the old lavatory right in time for them to not use it anymore.
The old lavatory's got some soiled dirt sitting on the ground that everybody's tracking their feet through.
Yeah, you guys, gross. So they need to be taking all this stuff down to here and dumping it out and putting it in this sort of like trash storage compactor, which is full of grossness.
Yep.
Or
That is the designated dump for foul organic stuff.
right, and they also put it in this compost heap and it makes fertilizer, and the fertilizer gets used for the farm tiles.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we have a good system going here. I think we need another person. I think that it's time. Let's go ahead and see about maybe putting in the bedroom, just getting it started for them.
Sure.
Just planning it would be nice, and then.
So it's now cycle 30, which means that we've kept Deadly Spacerock going for a month of game time. That's quite an achievement, as night falls over sleepy Deadly Spacerock. We've been so busy we haven't even had time to get to know our most recent duplicant who joined us, or give them a stupid matching nickname.
That's right.
So that they don't feel that they're better than all the other duplicants.
Oh. Also need to do this. Whee! Got some masterpieces over here on the paintings, though. That's nice. Okay. So our new one was Devin the NB. We noticed that Devin's pronouns were they in the description.
Devin is in the right side. You could slow things down. That'll make it easier to find them.
Yeah. There they are. Oh, sad about this.
Let's follow.
All right. Oh, it's so hard to grab hold of them.
Follow cam.
There we go.
So Devin was added during the now lost episode, and what we thought was interesting about Devin, besides their skills, which were pretty well rounded, and also that Devin was listed with like third-person pronouns. So we decided that Devin was a non-binary person, possibly gender fluid, and we would let Devin decide day by day who and what they wanted to be. Devin NB, short for non-binary.
Right. Dreams of owning their own personal computer so they can start a blog full of pictures of toast. We do not have personal computers or toast in the colony yet, so...
You know, dare to dream, Devin. Dare to dream. Where's Devin going with that dirt? Ah, putting it away in storage. Just generally cleaning up.
Yep.
Thanks, Devin, for the hard work.
Alright. We've got more places to put farm tiles. And then let's go get a new person.
Alright, so we visit the printing pod and see who's in the mix.
So now that we have paintings and stuff, we can actually get people who have some slightly positive decor expectations. I wouldn't want to take anybody with more than like a 10.
Uh-huh.
Because we still don't have like a beautiful environment for them.
Right, we don't have granite floors and ceilings yet.
Right.
We don't have decorative soaps.
But we do have a lot of paintings around that are making things at least a little green in most areas. So
and some potted plants.
We have some potted plants. We've got some masterpieces.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got Mona Lisas all over the place. So that's going to make them happier. So we can take this 5 decor person. Unfortunately, she is narcoleptic. That's not great.
Almost never gets sick. Would be a good doctor. Learns really fast.
Right. We do already have a really fast researcher, though.
Mm-hmm.
So we're good for that.
So might it be Jean?
Might it be Jane? Bottomless stomach is not a great This duplicant might actually be several black holes in a trench coat. Bottomless stomach is not a great trait to have because, I mean, we have a decent amount of calories right now, but anytime that they drop, this person's going to be making it worse.
They're going to start getting stressed if they can't get their food.
Right. Also,
So-
stress response destructive.
Yep.
And can't repair things. So this is a few downers here for Jean. This person also a bottomless stomach and a small bladder. So if you send them out to work someplace kind of remote and they don't get
They
back,
might not make it back in time.
right, and that'll make a mess. That's no fun. I think we might want to scotch all three of these guys and see if we can get. Although being able to ignore diarrhea is a pretty great trait.
So every day a duplicant eats what, 1,000
Yeah.
kcals, and bottomless stomach just adds that another 500 down, so it's
Yeah.
1,500 a day.
Yeah, that's a pretty big additional calorie cost for these people. I feel like we should ooze them all.
All right, reject them all.
Yeah.
Nobody gets to join Deadly Spacerock.
Sorry guys, I really do want another person, but you got too many downers.
Ooze those duplicants.
Mhm.
Back to whatever undifferentiated plasma we print them out from. Whatever inkjet printer full of DNA runs that thing.
I mean, there's so much work waiting to be done. What is everybody doing?
Well, they're trying to keep germs off the outhouses and the storage containers. Some people, it looks like, are just cleaning up, but there's a whole lot of germ duty. So I guess since, wow, okay, health in the upper left says 10%. They're still pretty healthy, all things considered.
Amazing Amazo is almost sick.
He's grimy, he's got some light wounds. We know that he's in a low oxygen area.
Yeah, he's not doing great. Alright, well, we'll kind of keep an eye on him. We do have a med bed for him if he does get sick.
I mean, he's kind of doing it to himself. There's got to be other algae around, but he just went and specifically picked up a ball of it out of the lake of urine. I think one thing that you could do is set the level at which stuff gets disinfected. You could let the germs get a little more out of control if you feel like they're losing a lot of time to disinfecting.
I can only toggle this.
I thought maybe on the overlay.
The overlay.
I kind of thought I saw somewhere. Yeah, disinfect at 10,000 germs. So you could make that higher so that they ignore germs and let them build up even further before they disinfect them.
Let's just get it up to 35 and see how that does us. Or, actually, I think I want to do 2,500.
I mean 25,000.
25,000, sorry. Yeah, that because it
So we're
wasn't.
going to more than double what we're allowing right now.
Yeah, but not too much more. So this, I think that's doable. We'll see how that goes. And if Amazo gets sick as our canary in the coal mine, we'll know that we maybe need to bring it down a little. Already ripped through that research that we set up, so let's go down here and get HVAC going.
Okay.
Yeah, Turner is just killing research for us. He's so fast.
Should we follow somebody around for a while, see what's going on?
Well, let me get these.
Hey, the water
farmhouse
pump's
set up.
going. Do you see that?
Yeah. Hooray! Our laboratories are working.
Are they? Yeah, I guess they are.
Oh no, they're not because these pipes are not done yet.
Oh, the output pipes aren't done yet.
Alright, so let's prioritize those.
I mean, I gotta figure that's gonna go a long way towards keeping germs down as well, right?
You'd think, yeah. I think so. I kind of hope. I think maybe this is going to be hard for them to reach, come to think of it. I guess they could stand right here on top of this ladder and do it.
Maybe.
Let's go ahead and put some scaffolding there for them.
Yep.
They should be able to hop over to that
Sure.
and climb up on it and finish all that work. Alright, so who do you want to follow? Devin?
Yeah, I mean, Devon is the newest to the colony, so they should be able to give us the most insight as to what it's like to live here. What's a day in the life of Devon and Bee? So, digging out some algae, picking up some sandstone, heavy construction work, putting in some pipes, running out of air. Pretty exciting. Alright, with another lung full. Wow. Zipping around now because we've just sped up time.
Oh.
Alright, I feel like we shouldn't have followed Devon here. This feels a little intrusive. Wash hands and back on the case. Where are we going now? Down to the Lake of Pee to expand it out a little bit so that there's going to be more room to bring terrible water over. Picked up something. Sandstone? Where's this sandstone going, Devon? This is the closest place you could find to use some sandstone. Ah, and a quick snack of some muckroot. Now it's nighttime, so if you just chew a little faster... Oh, you're just gonna sleep there.
Oh no, Devin!
I guess we maybe don't have a bed built for Devon. We planned one out, but maybe they haven't got to it yet.
No, we do, don't we? Maybe we don't.
Let's stop following and go find out.
I'm sorry, Devin.
After a hard day of work, Devon
That's
gets to sleep clinging to a ladder like a baby orangutan.
Oh no. We have 7 beds built and 8 duplicants. So this we were
haven't
thinking...
even put in the order to dig that out. Like, how do they get up there? I think we gotta dig out the algae on the right side of where the new bed's gonna go in.
You're right. Okay.
There's just so much stuff going on and so many things to plan. We didn't really think about poor Denby's bedding needs.
Well, we were thinking about the next person we got out because we thought that Devin already had a bed.
I did not think that.
I thought he already had a bed. I'm sorry. I thought they already had a bed. I did not realize that we had fallen that far behind, and I apologize to Devin also for messing up their pronouns. Okay, so we'll be ready for the next person, right?
Whomsoever they may be.
Right. Oh gosh. So is this working? Not pumping.
Why is it not pumping?
Well, here again is where I say this is an alpha build.
Yep.
So the error messages that you get sometimes from your equipment are uninformative. Not pumping. Why?
Don't know.
You don't know. Food shortage. Aw, shit. Well, it would automatically help if you guys did not
Just leave food
it
sitting on the floor.
ground. But we'll start, after this lice loaf is done, we'll start them on mush bars where they don't move.
Says some food has decayed.
Yeah, the stuff that got left on the ground got bad. Remember what I was saying? That you guys were gonna... see? Listen
At one
to me.
point we were thinking about putting a refrigerator in somewhere, and then we totally lost the plot of that.
Yeah. Well,
Should it go over by the supercomputer that Devon's working on?
I guess it can, but we could make a mess hall area up here.
Oh, there we go.
That would be a use for this space, and they would get a little bit of a bonus if we dig this out and make it nice.
Sounds like a plan.
Right, so let's go ahead and put down granite, which they like the look of, make it a little pretty down here, or up here rather. And we'll put the fridge, and eventually maybe we can put the grill up here.
Sure.
So we do have the grill ready to go. It's just that Usually cooking food, you want to have some food first before you start cooking it. So furniture to get the mess tables.
Mm-hmm.
So this we're going to want to kind of put out here so that we can plan to make it bigger later. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's 8 people currently on Deadly Spacerock.
Alright. 8 people. 8 people's worth of tables.
So like any storage container, you have to program the refrigerator for what can be stored in it, right?
Yes. Need to tell it what you can put in it, and that's done, but now we also need to power it.
Alright.
So, on our
Run some
already
wire up the-
stressed power grid, sorry guys. Now, I think that one of the reasons that our power grid is stressed, to be honest, is because we're still using the crappy wire. And as we research, we're going to get some better wire, which is, I think, called conducive wire.
So this heavy watt wire?
No, that is different. That's going to be super, super huge, thick industrial, which we might want to use like for the trunk of the power system, like coming from the generator, or once we build the natural gas generator, like the first branch off of it might be that heavy watt. But you can't run heavy watt wire through tile.
Oh.
So you don't want to use it everywhere, but there is a wire. There's like 3 levels of wire basically. There's this heavy watt for super industrial use. There's this wire, which is the crappiest wire, but in between there's conducive.
Yeah, the Radio Shack wire. The stuff you can afford.
Yeah. Which you can see, I mean, it kind of even looks a little janky. It's all twisted together. But there is a nice, I can't remember if it's conducive or conductive.
Yeah.
Was what it's called, but it's a really smooth looking wire, which is nicer and more reliable, but not as thick and hard to work with as the heavy watt stuff. So we've got them researching HVAC right now, but maybe what I should do is adjust that
And see if we could find where that wire is.
and get that better wire going, because it's under
Is it under power
advanced
regulation?
power transformer, heavy watt. It's low resistance, I think. Conductive wire. There it is.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, what the hell? Set them on that. Let's fix up this power grid and reduce our reliance on little London down there.
Oh, right. We need to get this mesh tile going again. So that this bad air is sinking. So what is up with this carbon skimmer? Why isn't it not working?
A lot of times, things like these skimmers will sometimes turn themselves off if...
This is why.
Because they haven't been able to reach that to put pipe in.
Yeah, we need to give them more scaffolding there. Alright, and then we'll prioritize this a bit.
I was gonna say, sometimes it's they turn themselves off if the air pressure is too high.
Well,
Some of
this
these
thing
things.
works under high air pressure because its whole purpose
It's designed to reduce air pressure.
is to lower air pressure, right?
Man, not the Grim Reaper just knocked out that ladder in seconds.
Well, they are fast forwarded.
But still, I think he's got some real skill in scaffold building.
This has been down here for so long. We really need more people. We have so much work that's not getting done for days and days on end because no one's available to do it.
There's like seeds sitting on the ground, not harvested out of the food areas as well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that we kind of need done, and it's not getting done. But all right, yeah, it looks like the food shortage is addressed. At least we've got that going.
Yep. I mean, they're still leaving food sitting on the ground under the extruder, but
Ugh, guys.
it's so gross, you guys.
But let's actually switch back to the lice loaf here. Because it is a better quality food. The mush bars will make some of them sick. So we'll give them a break and we'll try to get them back on slightly better food at least.
Yeah, because right now I can see some of them going up to the refrigerator and just eating the meal lice straight.
Right.
And we could be getting more calories out of that.
We could get more calories out of it, and they will enjoy it a little more. They won't ever like it because it's gross, but they'll at least dislike it less.
Oh wow, for the first time I just saw the water cooling fire up in the Advanced Research Center.
Yeah?
Yeah, Dream Date Turner just went in there, and that right-hand side, kind of by the sculpture, it was empty. And right as he got there, it sort of fired up and filled from the bottom in the swoop up to the right.
Nice.
And then Not the Grim Reaper swung by to drop in more water to keep the thing running, and just did it again.
Yep, and that little bobbing bird is still bobbing
And there's
away.
some more water. Now we're seeing why the water table's starting to tip.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of research in at the cost of keeping this giant electrical monster flooded and cool. But a lot of research is coming up. Look at all those exclamation points in the lower left.
That's right. Well, let's see what we've got. Alright, we've got the stronger heavy watt wire. We've got the joint plates that we can run it through. They're working on the conductive wire. Power transformer. We can deal with that later.
Protects circuits from overloading. Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you want to have one power grid that you can connect sort of two lobes of your power grid with this power transformer to keep it evened out and in good shape. We've got the liquid pump, the liquid bridge, the liquid filter is the new thing here. Likewise, the gas filter here. So this means that we can get natural gas generator going anytime now. This was the last thing we needed.
So that's the next big project, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to need another person before we can even do it. Though,
How much longer do we have to wait before the next duplicant is ready in the printing pod?
Well, if you mouse over it, it will tell us, I think.
0.3 cycles, so in the coming day.
Yeah, it'll happen today. And we're in fast forward, so it won't be long now. So the other new thing we got here was a hydro fan and a space heater.
Nice.
Kind of
Some building has been entombed, it says in the upper left.
building.
That always sounds so much more like something out of a Universal monster movie than it really is. All it means is sand fell on some stuff, so it stopped working. The sink has been entombed, and it shall know its revenge. When the sink rises from its dark, sand-filled dreams.
Curse of the sink. Son of the curse of the sink. Right,
The sink's curse.
Alright.
Abbott and Costello meet the sink.
I bet that they think this is ugly over here with all these exposed pipes. So let's see about putting in a granite ceiling. Right here.
Now that's fancy.
There we go.
So is all that stuff still not working because they haven't got those output pipes yet?
Yeah. Guys.
Man, everything takes a long time.
Come on, guys.
I mean, you'd think that you guys really like using outhouses or something. You've been at it for over a month. We're on cycle 34. I think I hear the sound of the printing pod.
Alright. Let's go see who we got. Yes. The game automatically pauses when you do this, by the way. You can kind of see in the background that they're all stopped. Just so you know that you're not missing anything while this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
So another person named Frankie, who's germ resistant and refuses to fight, but just as we're building a mess hall, we get somebody who's good at cooking.
That's true, and these stats are acceptable for our current level of colony building.
Yep.
Pacifist is not really a problem. We've got plenty of people who can fight if we need fighting, and we don't even do it that often anyway.
Yep.
I don't really love the stress response of destructive, but we are always working to prevent stress responses from kicking in anyway.
Right now, the colony's at 0 stress.
So
we're doing pretty good at keeping everyone happy.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be an issue ever. Here we have a bottomless stomach. We're trying to avoid that. Flatulent, we already have somebody with this, and it's kind of an issue. And also irritable bowel, meaning they take longer in the bathroom.
Yep.
That's too bad, because this guy does have awesome
Pretty
stats.
amazing stats.
But Travaldo, you just, you're smelly. I'm sorry, dude. And a vomiter. And I mean, the stress responses are always less of an issue because we do try
because we don't let them get stressed.
We try not to let them get stressed, but it's still one more thing against him after 2 big things against him.
Right.
So
we're going to take Frankie on board?
We need to rename Frankie, though, because Frankie's another non-binary person that appears to be. Frankies are proud of their thick, dignified eyebrows. Those are some nicely groomed eyebrows. But
Grill Master Frank
is no longer. It can't be Frank. We've already got a Frank. What's a good TV chef name?
Sven.
That is no TV chef that anybody's ever heard of.
Not yet. You asked what a good TV chef name is. It's not my fault that no TV chef has adopted the name Sven, because it's just an obvious, perfect TV chef name. Welcome, Grill Master Sven. We look forward to seeing you work your magic.
We don't actually have a grill for you yet, sir, but we'll work on that.
We can get a grill put in. Toot sweet.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, I mean, probably have enough calories that it's...
Look at the size of that grill!
It's huge, yeah.
And so that these uncultured punks can stop giving the Mr. Yuck face as they stick weird wriggly plant worms in their face. Just give someone a chance to cook. Sven's going to turn this place around. This place has art. This place has a recreation of historical terrible London. Culture, food, mostly. There's pretty much air you can breathe in most places. As soon as we get the grilling in, we're going to see the Yelp reviews for Deadly Spacerock really take off. TripAdvisor might take a little bit more work.
Well, I hope that you're right, that our ratings will go up. Because we could use some more traffic.
We could use some more people.
I mean, we kind of force people to come here. So I don't know that we really need to advertise.
We actually print them out of undifferentiated ooze.
Yeah.
So you're right, we probably shouldn't be worried so much about the reviews. If anyone wants to leave, they can be probably turned back into ooze.
Right.
Here comes the grill.
Oh, good. We've got a fair amount of food just lying around. Guys, come on.
Whoa! Someone is in the lavatory!
Hooray!
Not the Grim Reaper, just flushed. And over there on the right, pretty soon we'll start seeing some gross water come out once it makes its way down the pipes.
Here we go.
That disgusting lake is going to start filling. Pretty awesome.
Well,
the whole system is working.
But not for long. Here's our water sieve.
Not for long?
No, not for long. We've got a water sieve. So we will set this up here, I think.
Yeah.
Right here. And then we'll just...
That thing's enormous.
Yeah, it's huge. But it's very useful.
So how does this work? Do you have to put another water pump inside Lake Huron?
No.
To pump the water up into this thing?
I mean, we would if we were going to reclaim that water, but I'm just going to let that go.
Okay.
What we're going to do is just tap into the pipes.
Oh, so that the pipes that are already coming out of the lavatory are just going to get rerouted into there.
Yes.
Instead of into the temporary lake.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So we'll
leave it connected for now.
Exactly. Leave it connected until they have this built. But then once this is built, we'll detach that.
And then where does it output to?
That's the thing that we need to plan now, is where does the clean water go?
Did you notice that where the water pump is now 100% clean? The filthy water that was in there apparently was some of the first that got pumped out to go into the lavatory because you set it right on top of the filthy water.
Oh, well that's good. Yeah, there's still germs in here.
Not a ton of them.
Not a lot, but still there's some germs in there from when it got stuff in it.
There's less germs in there than are on the Amazing Amazo's feet, I guarantee it.
Okay, maybe so.
Him and his big filthy hobbit feet.
Alright, so let's think about...
That's why he's sick. 26%. Quit rubbing your face in filth, Amazo. It's not part of the artistic temperament. I don't know who told you that.
Anyway, where's this clean water gonna go?
I don't know. How about Amazo's bed? Take a bath. Actually, at some point we can make showers and stuff to clean them off. Pretty much everybody's got the status of grimy because it's now been 35 days since any of them were newly minted out of a printer, and that's a lot of days of filth to pile on top of yourself.
Well, let's see. Will these will not fit here? Oh yeah, they will. It's gonna be tricky. They'll be butting up right against the farm tiles, but I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, let's put a shower in.
We're gonna need to do some liquid bridges, I think. Maybe. Let's put 2 showers in. Right there. And then... Alright, so this is gonna be clean water output. And this is the input. This is gonna suck. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I did not plan this super well. Because this is gonna be like this.
Huh. Okay.
There. Now, sometimes the plumbing in this game is a little touchy.
So what you have going on is you've got clean water coming into the sink and the lavatory.
Yes.
Filthy water goes out, gets sucked up, gets cleaned again, goes back around, gets used in the showers, and then gets dumped out again into P Lake.
Well, but it's not going to go to P Lake. It's going to go to the water sieve.
Because you're going to cut off P Lake at some point. I see.
Yeah.
Because I was imagining that you just built some sort of Hot Wheels loop-the-loop where water gets cleaned, filthed up, and kicked out again.
Well, it does get cleaned, filthed up, but it just keeps going like that.
I see.
Clean filth, yeah. So you can see that this, because we're in the plumbing overlay, automatically says, do you want to deconstruct just the liquid pipes? And yeah, that's all I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and deconstruct this pipe. Let's just do one though, because if we ever have to reconnect this for some reason.
Too late.
Oh, never mind.
No, you were fast enough. I think you...
No,
I can't
whatever.
tell. It's gone.
Oh, but this needs power. Oh no!
Oh no, more power!
Oh no!
Well, we're going to have to bring some wire all the way over from Little London.
Let's see. I'm going to pause it because... Oh gosh, they're going to have to build this really fast because we just deconstructed... We have to reconstruct that pipe.
Okay. Top priority.
They're not... Yeah, they're not ready. Oops. That was dumb. I thought we were all done with and had the water sieve set up, but it's not. So
forgot about the need for power.
Yeah.
Also, research is up.
Oh, you're right. Okay, we'll do that. It also automatically pauses while you look at this. So, wow, we are so far along on so many things.
So, time to make the place nicer. Clothing, home luxuries.
We are pretty far from having clothing. But let's go ahead and start on this path, I think.
Okay.
We're pretty far from having all of this stuff, but this will get us improved ventilation on the way to also having these things. And that way we won't have to check in on research for a little while.
Sounds great.
Okay. Oh, there's so much junk up here. Alright. I'm gonna pause it while I make this power grid. Do we have our new wire? Not yet. So, kind of important.
You could, yeah, go straight across there and then down into the water.
Oh, what's it hanging up on there? It seems like it doesn't want to go straight across there. Let me see about this. So, here? Oh, no.
That's fine.
It's fine.
And then do you want to go up and across the floor to where the med bay is?
So like here?
Yeah. Or go down into the water and connect it up off the same thing that's got the water pump going.
I mean, it's probably a little more efficient to go from here. It's less far.
Yeah. And we have at least one person who's amphibious.
It weirds me out to run wire through the water like this, but...
But it's a game, and no one's going to get electrocuted or die.
Right. However, when they dig this out, they will create a spill. So that's a problem.
Yeah, actually, you probably want to firm that up and turn it into tile first.
Well, even when they do that, it will spill a little bit of water down here.
So is this an argument for going up?
Maybe.
And going past the med bay so that you don't lose all this water in a flood?
So...
Yeah. So cancel...
I mean, we could just go up the way we did with the pipe.
Yeah, go up towards Grillmaster Sven.
Just make a little hop here.
Oh. That wasn't even what I was thinking, but sure.
Because that's what we did with the pipe.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, nighttime. Come to the close of cycle 35.
Oh, wow. Their bathroom area is really bad for oxygen, though.
Yeah, that is unfortunate that they have to hold their breath in order to get down there and use the nicer bathroom.
So, one of the other things that we were considering making was an electrolyzer. Which makes oxygen from water.
Does that need to get hooked up to the pump?
Yeah, I mean, we would have to put it, like, down here.
Yeah.
And,
probably even lower. You probably want it, like, right where you're looking, right there by the... Yeah, I was thinking by the ladder, because then any oxygen it creates is going to go up. So you could put some mesh tiles in to go up to where the showers are.
Yeah. Okay. We'll put it here. And it is going to need power, right? Yep.
Yep. And that's all it needs, just some power, huh?
No, it needs water.
Yeah, but I think they're going to hand carry the water there.
No, they're not.
Oh, we just aren't seeing that because we have to switch to the plumbing overlay?
Yes. See?
You are right.
Played this game before.
Over 100 hours.
Over 100 hours. Right. So once that is going...
They'll actually be able to breathe and release their bowels at the same time. Truly living in the lap of luxury. Look, when the sign on the big welcome into town says, "Welcome to Deadly Spacerock," you can't expect a lot of amenities.
I mean, you can, but you will be disappointed.
The name of the game is Oxygen Not Included. That means oxygen is not included in the service we provide. At least initially. If we get things going right, maybe you can breathe. But honestly, you should parcel it out.
I actually did see on one of the YouTube channels that I check for tips on this game occasionally, because that's how deep I'm in.
Wow. Okay.
Somebody had a build where they were saying, like, your duplicants will use a set amount of oxygen, but they'll also hold their breath if you force it. So they just created an oxygen room in the middle of the base, and then left everything else full of carbon dioxide.
So the poor duplicants had to keep running back to a central hub, taking a lungful, and then run out and get done whatever they had to do before they ran out of breath again.
That is exactly what the setup was, yes.
So they crafted a little corner of hell.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Deadly Spacerock has a lot of problems. But at least we're not forcing everybody to come to a central breathing hub.
I mean, early on in the alpha of this game, when it was harder for everything to get sort of like situated, there were people whose tips were things like choose duplicants who all have either vomiting or crying as their stress response, and then create a special room in your base where you send all the people who get stressed out and cry and vomit and capture those fluids with mesh tiles and a pit.
Oh my god.
So that you can use the fluids to fuel an electrolyzer and get oxygen.
So consider every stressed out and distraught duplicant to actually just be a source of liquids.
Yes.
That must be wrung out like a pain sponge. So that the vomit runs down and can be collected to fuel things like the supercomputer.
Yes, exactly.
The supercomputer of tears.
Once, they developed the game a little more and there was equipment to do more things and keep them better supplied. Those
reduced the number of monsters playing this game and doing horrifying experiments.
Yeah. I mean, I assume. I haven't seen tips like that lately.
They're not sharing them anymore. They're probably still doing it. The maniacs. Right. Hey, the showers are working.
The showers are working and the electrolyzer is working. So there's going to be... See, there's blue air coming in. That's nice.
That seemed like a really... Oh, okay. It's the end of the day. I was going to say, that seemed like a quick and therefore ineffective shower.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned this before, but I can't remember if it was in the footage we lost. You do need to make sure when you put in showers that you have a fair amount of water available, because it uses a good amount of water and we recapture most of it in this system that we're using here. But it does use a lot of water, and duplicants will take showers constantly from now on. Now that they have it available, they love showers. Because when you think about it, there's literally no other recreation.
It's not like we have a movie theater, so some alone time in the shower is pretty much it.
Yeah, that's all they got.
Why is nobody finishing a shower, though, is the weird thing. I could see the little progress thing come up. Like, Suitable Bonnie is starting to get clean. Is she going to hang around for the whole thing?
Maybe. Looks like.
Okay, so maybe it was just one weirdo. Nope, she left early. Ran out of air. I saw her leave with her cheeks pooched out.
Alright, so as this starts working more,
people will be able to stick around for their whole shower without passing out.
Right. We also probably
clean.
could stand to make this oxygen sink more.
Yeah, why didn't we punch that through?
I don't remember. Let's remedy that now. We don't want to get into this hydrogen yet. But we do like getting algae. We're using lots of algae.
Do you remember why you had them build that ladder on the right?
That is also a carbon dioxide sink.
And it was also leading them towards something from our lost video.
That's right!
If you folks look closely, you will see that we discovered, while looking around the borders of the map, a little security door. And something that looks constructed, labeled unknown. And you can kind of see, we zoomed way in there. Every once in a while, you can see a little creature behind the door.
Oh.
Some little blobby thing that's got tentacles and a big single eye.
Can we click on it? Come on back. Come on back, tentacle guys. Nope,
And
no.
if I remember correctly, despite all the hours you've put into this game, you've never seen anything like that.
I have. But I have never gotten to one in a legitimate way.
Right.
So, an interesting thing about this game is because it is an alpha build and because there are things that occasionally go wrong, the developers put in a really easily accessible basically mod tool or cheat tool.
Yeah, let's call it a cheat tool. That's pretty much what it is.
So I have one of my colonies where I sort of like let myself use the cheat tools. What are you doing?
Go ahead and keep talking.
Okay. And in the cheat colony that I made for myself, I've seen the little tentacle creature and other things. I've gotten out to them because when you use the cheat tools, you can do anything, essentially. You don't have to wait until the duplicants build it. You can just build stuff. Oh yeah, another sink. Good idea.
So while you were playing around with this cheat tool, you came across this weird little alien creature that we've just discovered in this game.
Right. And I will show you actually the cheat tool because it's kind of neat. Let's see. Yeah. Can I do it? Yes, there it is. This is the cheat tool. Base and world tools and cell painter. So you can basically give yourself any element in the game with this list. Like if I want to give them some oxygen down here, I just go like this. There, I have some oxygen.
Yeah, you just picked the one method of painting that would be completely invisible to anyone watching this video.
Alright.
I'm not recommending you continue with this because you are using a cheating tool. We've made it to cycle 37, 100% honestly. So far, you've only stolen a little bit of oxygen.
There, you can see that the water painted in and added a little water.
That is criminal water, and I'm going to make sure that we build a water prison to store it in.
So
That's what we're doing in cycle 38, I hope you know.
Okay,
Water prison.
Water prison, okay. You want me to build the water prison?
Not with the cell painter.
Because I can do it. Here we go, water prison. Oh, actually, you know what? I can't. Never mind. The cell painter thing and those tools are only one of the cheat tool elements. And you get this really simply just by pressing the backspace button. That's it. That's all you need to do to get this tool set up. And then to dismiss it, same thing, backspace. And you can also cheat a little bit by, and let me see if I can cancel this now. No? Oh, it's because I'm still on power cancellation. There we go. So the other way to cheat is to do Control Alt F4. See the little bounce of the icons in the lower left?
Yeah.
That is the instant construct cheat. Now we don't have to wait for them to build anything. There's your water prison.
Great. You've just doubled the amount of cheat crimes on this map. You've imprisoned the water, but now how do we imprison tile?
So what I'm doing now is I'm pressing Control Alt F4 again, and that turned off auto construct. Now if we give them a tile task, they will do it.
They will actually have to build it.
They will actually have to build it themselves.
Honestly, like proper duplicants.
Right.
This video is starting to run long, so I think we should probably end it by taking a look at who our new duplicant might be.
Ooh, yeah. What do we got coming? Okay, wow, we've got a lot of calories. We're good. Our refrigerator's full. Look at that.
Someone should be cooking.
You're right. We do have a cook. Let's set our jobs up. cook.
Who's good at cooking? So besides the grill master,
Suitable Bonnie is a pretty good cook at level 5.
great.
So we'll give that task to Bonnie and Grillmaster Sven. Actually, level 3 is not great. Let's say you have to be a 4 to do it. And these people are all 3s. So we'll just leave it for these 2 people to do. And what they can cook, not a lot yet, because most of these resources we do not have available to us. But they can fry their mush bars, and that will make them less bad. And
Sounds
it will
good.
Make them less liable to make them sick as well, so that's nice.
Alright, so maybe we'll start the next video with picking a duplicant, and we're going to end here by waiting to watch the grill master or somebody else come along to this newly de-germified grill.
There we go.
There we go. To watch them do the grill dance.
Oh, already done. Already done with that. There she goes. Way to go, Bonnie.
That's one of my favorite little animations.
Yep.
I like the grill dance. Making it happen.
Okay, well, with that cuteness,
And
yeah.
with that, they just drop it on the ground and hope somebody comes along to eat it. Nice presentation, Bonnie.
Gordon Ramsay's gonna yell at her so much.
Oh, but they picked up the mush fry and stuck it in the fridge. The
Perfect.
system works.
Perfect. So now that we have cooking and art, everybody should be a little bit happier here on Deadly Spacerock.
We are all the way down to 0% stress. And that's where your 2 hosts are. We're going to call it quits here at the end of Cycle 38. We hope that on whatever Deadly Spacerock you're on, you're having at least an equally good time with your mush bars. We'll see you soon.
Bye!